Hey there, Airsofters, L96 here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a Tokyo Marui clone L96, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. One of the things I was asking myself before I took this gun out to the field was, is sniping in Airsoft remotely viable, and is it something that can be done with at least some success? Ultimately, I have to say that yes, it definitely is viable. It does require a completely different playstyle compared to using other Airsoft guns, but it is still a fun way to play, and if you're patient and practice as much as you can see a lot of success. So, does this sniper rifle fulfill its role in a satisfying way? Let's find out. First off, this L96 clone was made in China, so one of the first thoughts I had was whether or not the gun was actually going to be any good. Surprisingly, after roughly 1,000 shots being fired through this gun, as well as on field use, it's held up pretty well. One minor complaint I have though is that when I first got this gun, I did have to open it up and remove a small limiting valve in the bolt in order to allow this gun to reach its full potential as far as BB velocity is concerned. Before the valve was removed, the gun was shooting around 270 feet per second. After it was removed, I was getting around 415 to 425 feet per second, which definitely places it in the category of being viable for real use, at least here in the US. Assembly of this gun for the most part is very easy, however the one screw that goes behind the trigger guard is in an unreasonably difficult to reach spot. You either have to use a small set of pliers or tweezers to get the screw in the right place, then push the screwdriver up against it, or as you're seeing here, actually completely disassemble the lower receiver of this gun in order to have better access to that spot. If you aren't careful while you're trying to put that screw in with the body together, it can fall into the stock. As far as accuracy goes, this sniper isn't bad, but it also isn't great. Being stock, it is definitely usable on the field, but in order to get the best accuracy out of this gun, upgrade parts would be needed. One of my biggest complaints out on the field was that this gun just didn't have enough range. This is definitely due to a large number of factors though, internal parts, BB density, and just the fact that this is an airsoft gun. With sniping, it is recommended to use BBs that are at least 0.30 grams or more. Most people would recommend using a 0.40 gram, but 0.30 would definitely be more accurate and would go farther than the 0.25s I was using. Continuing on with the hop-up, this L96 clone has a very large and visible hop-up adjustment wheel on the bottom of the gun. In the front of the handguard, you can turn it either way to give it more or less hop. However, I did notice that this seemed to not have any effect on the hop-up itself, as the BB trajectory was more or less the same, no matter where I adjust the hop-up dial to. Overall, the strength of this gun is respectable. There are no areas where the gun wobbles or seems weak, and all in all, I definitely would trust that if I were to fall while using this gun, or even drop it while on the field, it would be able to survive almost completely unscathed. I did have an issue with this being a spring-powered sniper rifle though. With the tension of the spring and the weight of the gun itself, on an extremely hot day I was finding that I was having an increasingly difficult time pulling the bolt back and holding the gun up to aim. With this in mind, for those of you who might not be as strong, I would recommend going with a gas-powered sniper rifle instead of this one. Pulling the bolt back on a gas-powered sniper rifle would not have nearly as much resistance. After using this sniper, I would definitely say that yes, overall it is a very viable gun to use out on the field. I definitely had to hang back more and be more careful where I was placing myself, as I could very easily be outgunned by anyone using an AEG. I personally had fun using this sniper and was pleasantly surprised with how well it performed. If you're interested in purchasing this gun with 2 magazines included, you can email me at mlwsales26@gmail.com. Unfortunately, I will not be including the scope with this gun, however, everything else you see in this picture will be included. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been L96, signing out.